In this comprehensive and thought-provoking article, we will be exploring the fascinating phenomenon of déjà vu, as per the hypothesis of J.J. Nell, delving into its connections with quantum mechanics, multiverse theory, precognition, and telepathy. As usual, my dear reader, let us first start with a few key definitions so you may better understand some of the core concepts I will be touching on. Definitions and clarifications. Here's a brief clarification on some of the concepts that will be mentioned. 1. Quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is a branch of physics that studies the behavior of matter and energy at the smallest scales, such as atoms and subatomic particles. Key principles include wave-particle duality. Particles can exhibit both wave-like and particle-like behavior. Uncertainty principle. Certain properties like position and momentum cannot be precisely known simultaneously. Entanglement particles can be connected, affecting each other even at vast distances. Superposition particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously. 2. Multiverse theory. Multiverse theory proposes that our universe is one of many, possibly infinite, parallel universes. Each universe may have different physical laws, constants, or properties. Types of multiverse theories include many worlds interpretation, MWI. Every quantum event creates a new universe. Inflationary multiverse. Our universe is one of many bubbles in a vast multidimensional space. String theory, multiverse, different dimensions and vibrations create separate universes. Precognition. Precognition refers to the alleged ability to predict future events before they occur. This concept challenges classical notions of time and causality. Types of precognition include premonitions, which are vivid, intense feelings or visions of future events. Clairvoyance, on the other hand, involves perceiving information about future events through intuition or psychic means. And then there's prophecy, which is about receiving messages or visions from a higher power or entity. Telepathy. Telepathy is the alleged ability to communicate or perceive thoughts, emotions, or intentions directly from another person's mind. Types of telepathy include mind reading, where one directly perceives another person's thoughts; thought transference, which is about sending thoughts or ideas to another person; and empathy, which involves sensing another person's emotions or emotional state. That familiar feeling we get when we are sure we have previously experienced something. Déjà vu from the French language means already seen. Have you ever had an experience of déjà vu? Well, you in all likelihood have at least one time felt it, and if not, chances are you probably will. As you've by now realized, anything written by this rambling madman is out of the box and way out there. Now, déjà vu can be explained in some cases by either epilepsy or some form of neurological disorder or psychological problem. But hey, who doesn't have some slight deviation from what is considered normal, right? This author clearly does, ha ha ha. Well, this author feels there are at least 3 or so other explanations we can explore. Shall we get started with our ramblings? Sixth sense. Now, some people in certain professions develop what some refer to as a sixth sense, where you feel something intangible and unexplained. Security personnel and emergency responders often develop this, well, feeling. When a firefighter stops in his tracks at a scene and gets this feeling, it's sometimes described as déjà vu. Or when a police officer responding to a complaint is searching for a subject, they might experience it too. Those in these professions, and similar ones for long periods of time, will know exactly what I'm talking about. This is more than likely due to their accumulated experience and their subconscious recognizing that something is not right, out of place. The body reacts with a feeling of familiarity of having seen it before, lived through it, but not recalling when or where. Near identical incident. Then it could be that due to an event not being significant enough or old enough, when you are in a certain set of circumstances, it's so close to the original experience or memory that it feels familiar. Even though it's not the same event, it's close enough to be almost a mirror image of that event. Religious roots. If you believe in reincarnation, which even this madman finds highly impossible, or in the Bible saying what is was and what was will be, then you have an answer in that. It has happened countless times, and we are stuck in a time loop, like in the movie with Bill Murray, Groundhog Day. But then again, nothing is impossible, just highly improbable. The madman's rambling thoughts. Now for the part out of the box, the madman's idea. Have you ever heard of parallel universes or the multiverse? Sure you have. Especially if you're a Trekkie, a Star Trek fan, or have a love of science fiction, such as in the series The Flash, to name but one. Well, this can be argued as a possibility by the theory of quantum mechanics with the daughter universe theory, where every decision you take at a point in time can lead to an infinite number of universes. There are many other theories that, at least in part, support the possibility of these alternate universes. Now, to bring this theory in line with, parallel to déjà vu, pun intended, let's create a scenario, shall we? Let's start off by presuming you have no physical, mental, or any experience that could be the cause of having déjà vu. You are driving down an unfamiliar road with no previous knowledge of the road, route, or condition of said roads. You also have no guidance assistance, electronically or mechanically, to assist in decision-making other than knowing you have to get from point A to point B. While driving, you come to a fork in the road. You unconsciously make a decision to take the left fork and continue on your way. If we take into account quantum mechanics and all the other theories, you had two choices, that is obvious, leading to two roads and outcomes at the same time. Now, if a multiverse exists, in a parallel universe you would have taken the right fork. So now you have two universes with theoretically the same destination and similar outcomes. The left road is the shortest in our scenario, and the right the longer. But unbeknownst to you, the shorter road is slower due to potholes, traffic, etc. The right one, the road is open with less traffic. Now let's say that the second road has another fork that splits and joins the first road. Now, the you in the second universe has to make a decision, and those two roads lead to other universes with their own outcomes and decisions. But for this article, we focus on the one going left, which joins up with the first road. Now, you in Universe 1 have had a slower travel, and at a point, you cross at a point in time at exactly the same time and place to where you would have ended up if you had taken the right-hand fork. Now, this is quite interesting to this author, as at this specific point in time, the current events in two different theoretical universes are almost the same. I say almost the same because it's not exactly identical. The vehicle has a higher mileage, less fuel, more wear. One driver is more tired and stressed than the other. He may have smoked more, thus shortening his life by a few seconds, and many more small, minute details. However, they're at the same point in time and space, so to speak. Now, if the multiverse does exist, it is the opinion of this author that due to this fact it's possible that the two universes have an effect on one another, where you can, given the right circumstances and cosmic events, have their paths cross, interact in some way. Small, however, that we unconsciously detect the other universe and possibly vice versa, causing the feeling of familiarity even though you never traveled that route under any condition or one similar. Judge for yourself. But out of personal experience and that of the stories of others I have discussed the subject with, not the subject material though, it's become clear that most déjà vu cannot rationally be explained and has, in cases, helped avoid danger and injuries. Quantum mechanics. As explained in the beginning, let's just recap. Particles can exhibit both wave-like and particle-like behavior. We know the most common form of communication is waves. Particles can be connected, affecting each other even at vast distances. Space-time is vast, and particles can exist in multiple states and places simultaneously. This confirms my hypothesis that déjà vu is due to multiverses communicating or affecting each other. I may be wrong, I may be right. I cannot prove myself. But as someone said, I think it was the fictional character Sherlock Holmes, when you eliminate all the most obvious solutions, what you are left with, however unlikely and impossible it seems, is the most probable answer and solution to the problem.